What if I told you your story is the ticket to your dream life? What if I told you it can be easy? Something as simple as sharing your story and being a good storyteller can allow you to connect with your audience. And you know what connection leads to? Conversations. And those conversations lead to cash money in your bank account. And I know that's why we've all gone into business. We didn't give up the hustle of the corporate grind or wherever you were working before, giving up working for someone else to work for ourselves and be just as burnt out and just as miserable. But the thing we've forgotten is how our unique gifts, our unique story is what truly makes the magic happen inside our business. And if you are willing to put your voice behind the microphone and use podcasting as your way to connect with your ideal client, you are in for a treat. You are in for ease and flow. Yes, it takes a minute to set up, but it's worth it. So are you ready? Let's go. Welcome to the podcast about podcasting, where you guessed it, we're talking all things podcasting, but not just in the sense of strategy of how to launch, grow, and monetize your show. Of course, you're going to get that, but we're also going deep into how podcasting can help you with your self-care, build your community, build your confidence, and if you're willing to lean deep into this platform, it can be your ticket to the life of your dreams, because it'll inspire you to go deeper with your self-love. And we all know success starts from within. If you are ready to stop being a ripple in this world and bust out your tsunami of change you know you were made for, it's podcasting for your soul. So let's dig in. Our stories are so powerful. They're our unique superpower, our unique selling point. And what we fail to truly believe is that we matter. Maybe you don't have a story that makes everyone look at you like, wow, you survived that. Maybe you think your trauma's not enough. Maybe you think your life is boring. Let me tell you right now, there is a story in there. There is a moment in time that will allow you to connect with other people. Or maybe that's just it. You think you're boring. You think you have nothing to share. And you're just struggling. So you're trying to make up content. Or maybe you're consistent for a little while and then you fall off because, again, your life got too boring. Well, let me tell you, your life is more interesting than you think. Your story, your unique story, is a superhero story in its own. And your story, whether it's how you're beating these conversations you're having in your head without thinking you're enough, or worse, you're giving up, you're throwing in the towel, you're accepting a life of mediocrity. All of those feelings, sharing those stories will allow you to connect with other people. And business is about connections. Business is about conversations. Business is about trust. And we trust those people that we can relate to. And I'm knowing this and proving this more and more. So in the last few weeks, I've been on 6 other people's podcasts. Yes, 6. Some of my favorites were Let's Talk Meditation with Heather Neves. I was on The Glitter. I was on the Powerful Feminine Leader podcast. I was on I think she just changed her name, and I'm really excited about that. E.T., Come Back Home to Self, with Johanna Bradford. But all of these interviews, I started noticing a common theme, a theme where I could actually connect with the host, a theme where I can actually connect with their audience. And that was my story. Because so much of our lives, we feel like we're alone. We feel like our own struggles are so unique. And sometimes that gives us the strength to be like, yeah, I'm unique in my own muck. But that muck and that uniqueness, you're probably not unique actually in that. And I challenge you to start thinking about the things that inspire you. Those comeback stories that you watch on, during movies, or you watch in a TV show. Maybe you've watched seasons upon seasons waiting for that person to come back, and reach for the top. You're the same, you can be the same person. You can be the same hero that everyone's cheering to come back. And as you can tell, there's high highs, there's low lows, and it's not always easy. We're always growing, we're always changing. But that's what makes it fun. That's what makes your story someone else's life raft. I will never forget Colleen for telling me that my story was someone else's life raft, because it's so true. And when I tell you that, 2 years ago, I guess it wasn't even 2 years ago, it was like a year and a half ago, I was sitting on the floor with Lakshmi Day in Costa Rica. And it was our first day of a retreat that I was already uncomfortable there. But I was sitting there on the floor, and we had just gone through a meditation, and now it was time to journal. And the journal question was, who am I? And we had 10 minutes to write. I think it was either 10 or 15 minutes to write down, who am I? And I sat there on that floor, and I continued to write the words, who am I? Who am I? Who am I? Who am I? Because in that moment in time, after a meditation where I had finally allowed myself to slow down in the hustle and bustle and, just the spinning of social media and the news and everything that was going on, I didn't even know anything about myself. So much so that I didn't even write my name down on the page. I didn't even write down that I was a female. I didn't even write down anything except for the words, who am I? And I know some of you that are listening might have taken a pause. It's powerful. And as I continue to sit there and realizing how dark of a place I had gone in, it became apparent to me that I needed to make a shift. I needed to make a change. I needed to do something. And that was when I really started to take podcasting to the next level. Because I had been a podcast strategist. I had my show, open for a year and a half at that point. It had saved my life. It put me in Costa Rica because she was one of my guests. But who was I? Who was I as a person? And it wasn't like I wanted to put anything like, I have a master's degree in business management and marketing. I have these 7 certificates in different healing modalities. I've trained with this person. I've trained with monks. All the things. None of that mattered. But who am I? And that was at a deep, dark spot in my life, and that trip came at the right time because I was praying every night for it to be my last breath because of severe unworthiness, severely feeling like I did not belong on this planet, that I did not deserve the air I was breathing. Most people think, they just don't want to be here, but I actually didn't feel I deserved to be here. I felt that I was wasting precious oxygen that someone else should have had. That was how far into people pleasing and into pleasing others I had gotten. I didn't feel worthy of the air I was breathing. I wanted my breath taken so that it could go to somebody who was more worthy than me. That's the power of a story. And I know someone who's listening to this is connected. And you have your own stories. We all have these moments. But there's this powerful connection if you're willing to open up and be vulnerable. Whether it's something that's happened in your past or is currently happening in your future, the power of using your voice and your story is so incredibly powerful. It really is. That's why there's podcasting. That's why I truly believe that podcasting is the number one way to connect deeper with your clients, with your listeners, to potential clients, to warm leads. Because here's the thing, people come to podcasts knowing they have to give attention to something. Unless you get to listen to The Glitter, which if you have not listened to The Glitter by the Samantha Parker, your daily dose of glitter, which is self-love. In her mind, glitter equals self-love. If you're not listening to that, she gives you little bombs every day. And I was actually just released on that podcast today. I'll link the information in the show notes about using your unique story, finding your unique journey. Connection is everything. As humans, we are meant to connect. We are meant to serve. We are meant to be who we are. But we forget so often that we end up conforming, fitting in someone else's box, doing the things that truly don't matter. Or maybe we're doing those things because we're afraid that someone's going to judge us and being seen and heard is not for us. But what I'm here to tell you is that story is what's going to be attractive to your audience. That attraction is going to create community, create connections. And if you set up your storytelling correctly, yes, it leads to profits. Am I currently telling you the story to buy from me right now? No. But I'm connecting with you on a deeper level. And that's what you get to do on a podcast. You can pitch, you can sell. But the true thing is you get to connect. I may have made somebody not feel so alone today by sharing that I didn't feel I was worthy of the air that I was breathing. And that's the whole point here. That's the power of podcasting. That's why I think this is one of the best tools to market your business, because someone is here to listen. Someone is here to give you that attention. Social media is made for scrolling. It's not made for stopping. It's not made to consume longer form content, period, end of story. Yeah, you can get some longer form content on YouTube, but truly, people coming to podcasts are looking to be served. They're looking for the story. They're looking for the answer. They're looking for the solutions. And your story, your gifts, your magic, your unique talents, your unique superhero powers are what is going to drive your business. So I really want you to start thinking about, what is your story? And is your story tweaked to try to fit into other people's molds? Are there parts of your story that you're leaving out because you don't want other people to know? The more you are willing to authentically share and be vulnerable with your tribe, the more that energy is going to come back to you. And remember, money is just an energetic exchange. It's just an energetic exchange. So today I want you to start thinking about your story and the question, who am I? Who am I? And what stories can you share that would help your audience relate better to you so that they can connect with you on a higher level than just your products and services? That story is what's going to set you apart from everyone else in the industry doing the same thing as you. I promise you. So go out. Make today amazing. Share your story. Be weird in your uniqueness. Do your thing. Stand tall and be seen and heard, because your unique gifts are magical and you deserve the life you desire. And you are here to support others. So step out of your ripple mentality and step into being a tsunami of change you know you are made of. I'll see you next week.